Hi, this is Willie Crawford, and I'd like to thank you first of all for taking the course that I put together in how to become a more effective affiliate marketer. I hope you're enjoying the course. And in the course, I recommended that you pick out a domain name and then that you go to my registration service and register the domain name. And for that, I sent you to williecrawford.com/domains, and that's all lowercase, williecrawford.com/domains. And if you went there, this is what you saw. This is a reseller hosting account that I purchased, that I paid for, and it's through Wild West Domains. And you can see there's a link up here that says become a reseller up at the top there. Anyone can, for about $100 or whatever it costs, become a reseller, and at that point you can, if you want to, sell domain names yourself and charge whatever you want, and above a base price you'd make a profit off of those. But I pretty much sell the domain names for what they cost me, just a tiny bit more. But you can see my prices right here for .com, .net, .info, .org, .biz, and .ws domain names. I don't mark them up very much because I was tired of seeing my customers paying substantially more than it was costing, that was worth for a domain name. You should be able to register a domain name for under $10. And if your company, your registrar is charging you more, you need to come over to williecrawford.com/domains. But after you purchase the domain name, then you go to a web hosting company. You can host with my company, but I use a different hosting company myself, and so I'm not pushing my hosting. I don't like hosting accounts where you use a built-in website template builder. I used Dreamweaver, and I used an FTP program to build my files on my own computer and then upload them to the server, and that's what I recommend that you do, because you don't have a lot of flexibility with files that are built on the server itself with a lot of those programs. I don't recommend those. And my hosting accounts, the bigger ones, will let you do it the other way, but again, there's cheaper hosting available out there that I'll talk to you more about in the course. But after you've registered your domain name and after you purchase hosting, you then need to go back to the registrar, and you have to register domain name first because you got to confirm it's available, and you lock it down. And then you buy someplace, you buy hosting, you buy space on a server or a computer on somebody's servers. You buy someplace to store your files. That's what this hosting is all about. So you got to go back to your registrar and tell it what computer it's on, and to do that you come back here, williecrawford.com/domains, and you enter your login username or account number and your password, which I've already entered. You click the go button. My connection is a little slow. It always is when you're doing a recording. That's a requirement or a rule. Once you've logged in, your account will tell you things like that. I've got 2 domains that have expired. I intentionally let those expire because I wasn't using them and they didn't match with what I was doing at this point. So, and then it tells me also my credit card is about to expire because so I need to update that. But aside from that, I've got a bunch of domains on this account, and so what you want to do is you want to find the domain name that you are going to tell the registrar what server to point it to. And if you're just getting started, you probably don't have a bunch of them, but I'm going to move this over a little bit so you can see that what I'm doing. There we go. Over here where it says domain names, you want to scroll down to my domain names, because what you're doing is you're managing your domain names. And so if I select my domain names, it pulls up a screen that basically shows me all of my domain names, or it should. Yeah, it does. Actually, it didn't. See, domain names, renew, register, transfer. Yes, it should be under my domain names. This is why I let assistants make most of my videos, because I don't do the greatest job at it a lot of times. Okay, so it pulled up all the domains I have, and let's take any of them. Why don't we take 20, no, yeah, why don't we take $1,000,000in 90days.com. This is a domain name I bought a long time ago. You let's say I want to point it to a different registrar. The first thing you do is you check the box next to the domain name, and that makes all these buttons across the top live. The one you want is name servers. So you click name servers, and then scroll down from the drop down menu to set name servers. And a box comes up that tells you what service that domain name is already hosted with. This is already hosted on this company here, domaincontrols.com, and I know for a fact that that domain is actually, that hosting company is where domains are just parked by this registrar. So these are the parked domains, but if you had a hosting company, they would give you a name server to put in here. You'd plug in the name server 1 and name server 2, and what that means is if this computer or this box is busy, it'll point you to another one that tells the internet browsers where to go to find you, basically. So you enter one here and you enter one here, and you have to first check the box that you got specific name servers for your domains, and then after you've entered that, you just click OK. Once you've clicked OK, you can go ahead and click it. I didn't really change it, I didn't need to, but when you click OK, it says your changes have been submitted. Please allow a few minutes for the changes to take effect. You just click OK. What's going to happen at that point is the computer updates a internet-wide database that tells anybody on the internet searching for your URL what computer to look on to find you. That's all that's involved in setting a name server. So you go to williecrawford.com/domains, assuming you bought them through me, and you find your domain name, you put a checkbox next to it, and then you click on name servers and you drop in the name of the name server provided by your hosting company and click OK. Then you wait a few minutes, and all of a sudden your domain name can now be accessed through typing the URL into your browser bar. So this is Willie Crawford, and that's how you set your name server. It took me forever to explain it, but it's not very complicated, as you can see. Thank you for your attention.